Have you ever wondered why strawberries get super cheap in the summer, but trying to get a last-minute ticket to a huge concert costs a fortune? Well, it's not random. Today, we're going to unpack the one economic principle that explains it all.
Really think about it. Summer hits, everybody wants strawberries, and suddenly the market is flooded with them. But then you look at housing in a popular city. Demand goes up, and the supply just kind of creeps along, and rent goes through the roof. So that's our central mystery. Why can some producers react in a flash, while others seem like they're stuck in slow motion?
Right, so this difference isn't just a fluke. It's explained by a really core economic concept that acts kind of like a responsiveness score for any product on the market. Let's break it down.
So, the tool that solves our puzzle is called Price Elasticity of Supply, or just PES for short. And trust me, once you get this, the logic behind all those price swings becomes crystal clear.
Okay, so at its core, price elasticity of supply, it measures how much the quantity of a product changes when its price changes. But let's strip away the jargon. What does that actually mean for the things we all buy?
This is the key. You can just think of it as that responsiveness score. When prices go up, can strawberry farmers quickly get more berries to the market, or are concert venues just stuck with a fixed number of seats? PES gives us the answer.
And it all comes down to this really simple calculation. We just take how much the supply changed as a percentage and divide it by how much the price changed. And this gives us a single, really powerful number that tells the whole story of the product's flexibility. So what do the results of this formula actually look like? Well, it's not just a simple yes or no. This calculation places every single product on a spectrum, from incredibly responsive all the way to completely stuck.
Here's a perfect example of what we call an elastic supply. So look at the chart. A pretty small 10% price increase leads to a huge 20% jump in supply. Because that supply change is bigger than the price change, the PES is greater than 1. In this case, it's 2. That's elastic. Now let's look at the complete opposite, inelastic supply. The price still jumps by that same 10%, but this time, look, the supply only inches up by 5%. The response is smaller than the price change, so the PES is less than 1. Here, it's 0.5. The producers are basically stuck. And this table here lays out the entire spectrum for us. If that PES number is greater than 1, supply is elastic. If it's less than 1, it's inelastic. And in the most extreme case, a PES of 0 means it's perfectly inelastic. The supply is completely fixed no matter what happens to the price.
Okay, so let's apply this back to our first puzzle. Strawberries, they have an elastic supply in the summer. Farmers can respond to good prices pretty quickly. But what about those stadium seats for a big concert? That supply is incredibly inelastic. Once every seat is sold, you simply cannot add more for that one show. So what actually makes a product's supply fast or slow? Why is one elastic and another inelastic? Well, it's not random. It comes down to a few key real-world factors.
It really boils down to just a few key things. You've got production time. You can grow more strawberries in a season, but you can't build a new apartment building in a week. Or what about storage capacity? A company can stockpile phones in a warehouse to meet a surge in demand, but you can't exactly stockpile haircuts, right? Factors like having spare factory capacity, being able to get materials, and the time frame we're looking at, they all determine a product's flexibility.
And this quote really highlights the huge importance of time. A car manufacturer can't just build a new factory overnight to meet a sudden surge in demand. Flexibility often isn't instant. It usually grows over the long run as businesses have time to adapt and invest. Okay, so we've defined the concept and we've gone through the mechanics, but why should businesses, or even you, actually care about this? What's the bottom line here?
Well, for a business, understanding its pest is a huge strategic advantage. It's not just academic, it's a direct guide for making critical decisions. If you know your supply is inelastic, like those concert tickets, you know you can raise prices when demand is high to really maximize profit. But if your supply is elastic, the strategy is totally different. React fast, produce more, and capture a higher volume of sales. So the key takeaway here is this. You now have one powerful concept to decode the economy. PS is the lens that reveals the hidden logic behind everything from product shortages to those sudden, crazy price hikes. So we'll end with this thought. This isn't just theory.
It's a new way to read the economic stories that are happening all around you every single day. The next time you see something is sold out or a price suddenly changes, just ask yourself, is this supply elastic or inelastic? Because now you know how to find the answer.